help us get into the algorithm by hitting that like button real quick for me? Thank you. Sorry for the delay, man. I've been relocated and moving and everything, but we are here. We are back. Yella Beezy, bruh. What the hell? I know y'all read the title. Let's just get into it. So as you can see on the 22nd, Yella Beezy put in a freaking 404B2 evidence of alleged crimes, wrongs, or acts in evidence. Basically filed that, and now we're going to get right into it. We're going to skip over a whole lot of stuff and get straight right the hell into it. It says, relief requested in this motion, right? Conway asked this court to grant this motion and enter an order in limine that prohibits the state from admitting, attempting to admit, or alluding to alleged crimes, wrongs, or acts that don't qualify under Text RF 403 and 404B2 during voir dire and the guilt innocence phase of the trial, including opening and closing arguments, unless the state first obtains a ruling from this court allowing the admission of such evidence. Conway also asked this court to enter an order in limine regarding the use of evidence, and we're going to get what the hell that is in just a moment. So y'all can see they talk about him being indicted for capital murder on March 18th, right? So they talk about the crime, but here's where things get insane. In the discovery tendered by the state, there's conjecture by law enforcement and certain witnesses that Conway may have been involved in incidents for which there's no evidence tying Conway, or the evidence is inadmissible hearsay upon hearsay, or speculation. Conway believes that the state may attempt to submit evidence during the guilt innocence phase of these indictments, referred to as unsolved feud cases, and that include, boy, when I tell y'all, the one thing y'all get, all right, but the shit that's about to follow, oh, wow. Hey, real quick, free cash right there. Everybody been winning. Listen, y'all don't see too many of them dang freaking complaints in the comments no more. I can show y'all testimony in my inbox of people who done win $40, $50. To y'all, some of y'all, that may not mean anything, but if that may mean something to you today, hit that QR code or tap the link in the description. Get paid to play. That is free cash. Gift cards, money straight to you, PayPal, however in which you want to do it, man. Free cash. Hit that QR code or tap the link in the description. I got people who actually do it and they winning money out there. This right here is about to get crazy. Force this back into the algorithm, man, and comment your thoughts. This right here and this right here are free when we hit 300K subs, but I might be planning something else. But let's get back into this. Roll it. September 25th, 2018 incident involving Roy Lee Pate. An unknown person exchanged text messages with Pate to book a comedy show. Pate was sitting in a vehicle at 12835 Preston Road, Dallas. An unidentified assailant in a hoodie approaches Pate's vehicle and shoots several times through the driver's door. Pate is hit in the leg and is transported to the hospital. Pate didn't see the suspect. He was released from the hospital on September 30th, 2018 and was instructed not to exert himself. Instead, he performs a comedy show in Paris, Texas on October 13, 2018. He returns to the hotel room and dies from a blood clot from his leg wound that went to his heart. God dang, bro. I didn't know that's how he died. Prior to his death, Pate told an investigator that he has a year-long feud with Conway. They were involved in a club fight in 2018, during which Pate claims one of Conway's security guards punched him. Pate claimed he was jumped at the club by PMG, who are associated with Conway. Pate had been trying to set up a charity boxing match with Conway. There was speculation that Pate's shooting was related to this alleged ongoing feud with Conway. Investigators had a tip that Kadarius Barrett, aka KD, who's Conway's cousin, shot Pate and had told a probation officer that Conway gave him $4,000 when he was released from prison. However, investigators never tied the alleged feud with Pate's shooting. Instead, law enforcement officials acknowledged the rumored speculation that the shooting was related to the ongoing feud with Conway, but determined they can't link them together. Now, last I heard, Roy Lee ain't no gangster, ain't no gangbanger, no nothing like that. He was funny. He was from a place in Dallas, but just because that's where you from don't mean you got a gang. But if he was, he would have just told, basically. And that would have been what we call dry snitching. So I want to know how in the hell they knew that $4,000 basically was given to KD any goddamn ways. Now, how they knew that, I don't know. Maybe he flashed the money online or something like that. But it's not uncommon that my cousin, if I had money, would get out the damn pen. It's not like they give you a check getting out the penitentiary. So there's that part. But that's one. Check out number two. Crazy. This one right here isn't two. We're just going to read it real quick to get out the way since it's already there. Number two is going to be something involving Trap Boy Freddy. You won't believe this shit. But let's get this one knocked out. October 14th, 2018 incident involving Conway. Conway was shot while driving on the Sam Rayburn Tollway. A van drove next to him, fired shots into Conway's vehicle. Conway was shot several times. He stopped driving and was taken to the hospital. He didn't see who shot him. DPD Detective Howard called a detective with Louisville PD and told him that Conway recently signed a large record contract and believes this originated with the alleged feud with Roy Lee Pate. So nobody said anything, but when these cats go live and start doing all this talking and yammering and all this shit, police can easily put this shit together. According to Detective Howard, Pate liked to call out those who were big in the record business so he could ride their fame and achieve name recognition. Ah, come on now. Man, he ain't doing that, but okay. The license plate for the vehicle driving by the shooter was registered to Sean Griffin, who was allegedly an enforcer for Melvin Noble, a.k.a. Mo 3. So they're saying Mo 3 basically had this shit happen, a.k.a. he put his people up to it. About 2 years prior to this incident, Conway and Pate were in a fight at a club, but their issues disappeared. Pate unilaterally reignited the issues when Conway signed his large record deal. Pate began to bring up the old issues to get recognition. Okay. Conway told the detectives that if a suspect were arrested, he didn't want to prosecute the case. Keeping it solid, Yella Beezy. That's exactly how you do it. So y'all see if Mo 3 homie would have turned Yella Belly on him, Mo 3 could have possibly been in jail for a very long time for sending his homeboy to go shoot at Yella Beezy. They say the car was registered to him. They didn't say he was driving, so they really ain't have nothing. More than likely, police pulled up on him. He ain't say nothing. That's the only thing that could have happened, because you say any damn thing, then so be it. You don't say shit. Let the police try to figure it out. And it is what it is. It's not your job to help the investigation out. But number two, pretty interesting. February 6, 2018, incident involving Devarius Moore, a.k.a. Trap Boy Freddy. Devarius Moore, a.k.a. Trap Boy Freddy, and 3 other men were exiting a party bus at a home located at 4906 Rain Avenue in Dallas, when an unknown suspect drove up in a vehicle and shot and wounded them. The men didn't see who shot them and didn't want to prosecute regardless. There was speculation that Conway may have been somehow involved tangentially, because Moore, aka Trap Boy Freddy, was behind the shooting, but no evidence was ever discovered supporting Conway's involvement in any capacity. How the hell did they get that info? See, if they're going off of hearsay, this case gonna be weak as hell. I'm just gonna be honest. If they're going off of hearsay, this case weak as hell. But they know somebody had to say something. And I'm gonna be honest, right? This is the reason why Trap Boy Freddy was being hauled off in the court. They want to find out about the shooting. They want to play this in front of the jury. They want to stack on top of stack on top of stack on top of stack on top of evidence to say, hey, he already basically killed Roy Lee or had something to do with it. His cousin, blah, blah, blah. Also, hey, he got shot at by Mo 3's people, and you know Mo 3 people shot at him because he said he ain't want to talk about none of this shit. Why wouldn't you want to tell us? Then you're saying, oh, there's another shooting. That's 3 strikes. But we're not done just yet. 2019 incident involving James Bubba Browning. James Bubba Browning was shot to death while walking into the Dixon grocery convenience store at 3752 Dixon Avenue in Dallas. He actually wasn't walking. He was just chilling. Like, come on now. Surveillance videos showed 2 shooters exit a van and shoot at Browning with rifles. Investigators learned that Browning had been arrested with Joseph Arnold and Deshaun Smith, who were persons of interest in the murder of Marlo Marshall. All had worked with Marshall. A witness called police and said he thought the images of the shooters resembled Arnold and Smith and that Marshall had a price on his head. Arnold was arrested for the murder of Marshall. A witness said he heard on the street that Moore, aka Trapboy Freddy, and Conway were having an ongoing problem with Melvin Noble, aka Mo 3, and it was believed that in the streets that Moore and Conway put a hit on Melvin Noble. However, no substantive evidence links Conway to Noble's murder. And the state kinda F's their own evidence up. If you bring in Trapboy Freddy and say that Yella Beezy had his people shoot at Trapboy Freddy, so Trapboy Freddy and his people go shoot at Mo 3, and that Trapboy Freddy and Yella put a price on Mo 3's head, so why isn't Trapboy Freddy arrested? Why is he being called as a witness instead of being called to be prosecuted? The things that don't make sense and make your head spin. Continue on. September 29, 2020 incident involving DeJuan Spikes. DeJuan Spikes was found dead from gunshot wounds at 6910 Cockrell Hill Road, Dallas, which appeared to be a trap house. Drugs, money, and a short-barrel rifle found at the scene. Randall Eugene Hunter was the suspect because surveillance cameras captured the license plate of his Dodge Charger fleeing moments after the shooting. Evidence found on Hunter's phone linked him to the murder. Hunter pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. That is insane, man. 20 years for killing somebody? That ain't no justice. There was speculation that Conway had a prior dispute with Spikes, but no evidence exists tying him to his murder or any of Spikes' criminal activities. July 6, 2020, incident involving Robert Gaia. Robert Gaia was shot in the head while driving on Central Expressway. He survived but suffered severe brain damage. Gaia's girlfriend told DPD detectives that Gaia was cheating on her with another woman. The girlfriend had placed a tracker on his car, but it wasn't working. The girlfriend also told detectives that Gaia's friend was murdered in Oak Cliff 2 weeks before she'd heard that a rap group called Mo, I don't know if that's supposed to be pound or hashtag, but made a song about killing her friend. The girlfriend explained that Gaia wasn't in the gang, nor was he trying to retaliate against his friend's killers. Rochelle Mears, or I'm going to say Mears right now, was with Gaia when he was shot. Mears told detectives that the shooting may be related to a dispute about rap music. Mears showed the police YouTube of a Melvin, well, it's supposed to be Melvin Noble, but of a Noble, aka Mo 3 song about killing Dro and Duck. Then it switches now to say, Mayers said the various Moore, aka Trapboy Freddy, was in line with Conway. Gaia had made a rap song with Trapboy Freddy, and Conway was shot, and Noble, aka Mo 3, made a rap song about it. The detectives didn't believe Myers. DPD detectives Howard told Richardson PD detectives that he didn't believe that Noble is a shooter, although he may claim responsibility for the shootings. There were in fact no suspects in the Dro and Duck murders. Then we'll leave it with this one. September 7, 2020, incident involving Devarius Moore, aka Trapboy Freddy. Devarius Moore, aka Trapboy Freddy, was at a gas station filling up air when he was shot in the leg by someone driving in a vehicle. He doesn't know who shot him. He didn't provide information about the suspect vehicle. Moore didn't want to report the incident. Yeah, he was in a hospital, so they're going to pull up on you. 3 days later, on September 10, 2020, when Richardson PD detective heard about Moore being shot in L.A., he called DPD detective Howard and told him that Trapboy Freddy and his associates have so many enemies that no one's aware of who is shooting at whom. That's some insane shit to say. We'll end it right here. This gangster rap stuff, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want me to put this on the Reloaded channel. So the state is trying to basically paint Yella Beezy as a person who put hits on people, who get people shot, who's been shot at by people on Mo 3 side. So it would make sense that gradually, if he was feuding with Roy Lee, that he himself would go ahead and put a bag on Mo 3's head because he already got Roy Lee out the way. Allegedly. I'm not saying this shit. That's what the paperwork is alluding to. I will say this, though. The state is playing a very dirty game. And I get why you would want to delay a lot of these. I get why you would want to delay a lot of these. I get why you would want to delay this case in particular and fight it out with emotions, because ain't nothing like you finding out some stuff you should have found out a long time ago without crossing your T's and dotting your I's, and you got to sit in front of the judge and try to explain it when it's time for you to go to trial. So I get people saying, yo, this trial is taking way too dang long and we should already been did this and been did that. And you're not wrong if you're one of those people who are saying it. But at the same dang time, they've been sitting on their hands, meaning the freaking DA's office. But the fact that there's no speedy trial that I can recall says a lot that needs to be said, because they can take their time with this shit. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're not in a rush to hurry up and get somebody a life sentence if their case isn't strong enough. This evidence right here does not sway me to say that the prosecution is going to make their case. If anything, what it shows is DPD is lazy as hell. Y'all had evidence to arrest people before it got so damn bad. Y'all didn't care, more than likely because y'all got gang units, y'all got special detectives, y'all got regular detectives, y'all got constables, y'all got rangers, y'all got PDs, y'all got highway PDs. So this shit right here, quote unquote gang war stuff, it keeps too many regular people who want to be Billy Badass employed. Not just the police. Look past the police and look at all these divisions. And you'll see. It's nothing but a waste of taxpayer dollars. If y'all want to arrest people and hold them under suspicion because you know that they're bad people, I don't think the rest of the public is too much going to trip. The public should be tripping right now that y'all let it get out of hand like this, because Mo3 ass should have been arrested and questioned for a bunch of things in hell for a very long time. Trap Boy Freddy and Yella Beezy. And some of y'all will say, well, Nash, it wouldn't really matter because they're not going to go in there and say anything. You're right, but what it does do, it puts their thumb, meaning the police, puts the police thumb right in their eye to let them know, I'm looking at you. We know what's going on. One slip and we on your back. Like cheap polyester, you hear what I'm saying? So I get a whole lot of things, but I don't get how they allow shit to always get this far without looking at money first. And this is the part where people kind of piss me off with certain things, because they want, meaning police push propaganda just like everybody else pushes propaganda. You don't think that police officers don't know what that budget is next year? You don't think they don't know whose butt to kiss as far as trying to get overtime while they go chill at home and do nothing while on the clock, waiting for a call? I want you to look at some of these police overtime audit videos, and it is ridiculous. You have officers that work 18, 20 hours a day for 6-7 days straight. Now, I don't know any cops, but next cop I see, I'm going to ask him, do you get overtime, sir? If that cop don't speed off, then he's one of the good ones. Because, you know, they hire auditors these days and ask them all type of questions. They look like everything. Them videos are crazy. But hey, I've been relocated, man. We in a new place, new situation. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I appreciate you all. If you can, man, H&O, help Nash out by hitting that like button, sharing your comments. And y'all see, man, win us at 300K subs. This or this, and I might have a special something cooked up for y'all, man. Just for y'all waiting on y'all patience. Stay tuned to the very end of every video, and you might find out something. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next one.